Hi, Heather from Hooked on Pickin' here. I wanted to address a question that was asked of me. Someone asked me, how much do you make on Amazon FBA? And so I wanted to share with you how I go about basically giving myself a paycheck. I started with about $200 at the beginning of this year, right around Christmas time, and decided I'm just going to start picking and sending it into the warehouse and let's see how this goes. I opened a separate checking account so it's separated from my regular income, family income, with my spouses and all that, so that I know what is actual money coming from Amazon FBA disbursements. And so what I usually do is when I get a disbursement, I usually take about 20% out as a paycheck for myself so that I'm not out of money when it comes to picking items. When I go out shopping, I want the ability to be able to buy that $100 item and flip it for $300, or buy that $2 item and flip it for $4. And so I don't want to handicap myself by not having any money in that fund. So I usually only pull out about 20% of what my disbursement is every 2 weeks, and that has slowly began to build. Could I take more than 20% out? Absolutely. But I only take 20% out because I want to make sure that I have money to spend. And I do 10% into my regular checking account to help pay my bills, because this is a job after all and you need it to pay bills. And then I put 10% into savings account so that I'm building up my savings account again and we have money to do vacations. And there are other things that I use the money for too. I currently right now have about $4,000 in my picking account that I can buy anything with. And just recently, about a month ago, we paid off our minivan. We had a couple grand left on our minivan, and we had a big surplus in the picking fund in that checking account. And so we just took $2,000 out and we paid off of our minivan, and we have one less bill to pay each month. And so as far as weekly income, you get a disbursement about every 2 weeks. And like I said, I take about 20% out. And of that 20%, I can make, if you break it down to a week, so I half that 2-week disbursement, I make anywhere from as low as $200 a week when I have a rough week and not a lot of things have sold, or I just have had trouble finding things, up to anywhere from $700 to $800 per week. And so it does ebb and flow, but it is really nice to have that surplus in your checking account so that you can do things like pay off one of the car payments. And so just something to think about. I hope this helps. I hope this gives you an idea of, can I live on this? I also want to put a caveat on of, you say $200 a week, that's hardly anything. Nobody can live on that. I want to let you know I only work 3 days a week. I pick only one of those days. And on the second day, I usually do all of my listing and posting and have it ready for shipment. And then usually by Wednesday, which is my third day of work, I usually have it shipped out. And so if you want to make more money, you just work harder. You pick more days and you work more days per week, and you will make way more than I even do. And I hope this has been super helpful. Remember, in the end, Jesus wins. Thanks.